Hello and welcome to a Let's Play of Gothic. Um, I can't say shit about the game. I saw Gothic gaming streaks on sale on Steam, Gothic 1, 2 and 3, and that they were role-playing games. And that's pretty much it. I've tested the game enough so I know the controls more or less, but that's pretty much it. So let's just get on with it.
I'm Diego.
I'm
not interested in who you are. You've just arrived. I look after the new arrivals. That's all for now. If you plan to stay alive for a while, you should talk to me. But of course, I won't keep you from choosing your own destruction. Well, what do you think?
There was the intro part of. If you start a new game, there's an intro as part of it. I'll put it in front of this video. It's when I tried to previously record, there was a huge amount of flickering, especially with everywhere that there's water. So I figured out a way to sort of get around that, but it also means at the same time the cutscenes won't work. So I have to basically inject them somehow, otherwise inside the Let's Play. But the flickering is unbearable. There's no way I can do this that way. I can play it, but it won't record it without the flickering. The game has a unique control system. I want to say something about it. Maybe not now. Basically, the gist of the game is there's a huge, gigantic dome over a prison complex, and the prisoners do mining there. They've taken over from the guards, and now there are a few camps of prisoners, totally in control of the dome area. The dome works in a way that you can enter freely, but if you try to leave, you die. So the local kingdom has made a deal with the prisoners to basically, in exchange for them providing ore for the kingdom provides them with equipment and supplies. Basically, they're more or less, the convicts are here in control, and they function more or less like an independent country.
okay. What do I need to know about this place?
We call it the colony. You'll know already that we produce ore for the king. Well, at least we do, in the old camp. There are 3 camps within the barrier. The old camp is the biggest, and it was the first.
We'll want to ask as much details as possible. The game has no map, naturally. So, and training is done by speaking to people after you leveled up and you have skill point. So it's very, very, very important to milk as much information out of these people as possible.
How do I get to the old camp?
You just follow this path. The old camp is the next reasonably safe-looking place you'll come across. There are a lot of wild beasts between the camps. You'd be mad to walk around without a weapon.
Where do I get a weapon?
When you get to the old mine, have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something useful. The mine is easy to find. It's just a few meters along the canyon.
Why did you help me?
Because you needed help. Otherwise, Bullet and his boys might have killed you. And I couldn't just stand by and watch, because I came all this way to make a suggestion.
A suggestion?
Yes. After this little incident with Bullet and his guys, you should be aware now that you need protection. Everyone who arrives here has a choice. There are 3 camps in the colony, and you'll have to join one of them. I'm here to show the new ones that the old camp is the best place for them.
From my limited understanding of what the camps are, basically the old camp is the status quo camp, basically the local government and the people in charge. There's the new camp, which is sort of a more, I guess, more roguish type of camp that is trying to find a way out of this barrier and escape. The old camp is more or less happy to just keep things rolling along because they're having a more or less good decent life here. They have no immediate need to hurry out of here. And then there's I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a camp of a sort of a religious faction. They are talking about some kind of a sleeper they worship.
Where's Bullet now?
He and the others bring the goods from the outside world into the camp. You'll find him there, but if you plan to fight him, be careful. He's an experienced warrior.
Yeah. We got a letter from when we got thrown in here that we need to take to the High Magician of the Circle of Fire, and in exchange we get anything we want. I think I want to mention the letter simply because I have no idea who the High Magician of the Circle of Fire is. I do have reservations about mentioning this, but Diego seems to be with a friendly sort.
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
Really?
I was given it by a mage shortly before they threw me in here.
You're lucky I can't afford to show my face around the mages anymore. Anyone else would gladly slit your throat for that letter. That's because the mages pay their couriers a lot, and most people here don't have anything. If I were you, I'd shut up until I met one of the mages. Although in your situation, that's not likely to happen.
Why not?
The mages are in the castle in the old camp. Only Gomez's people are allowed to enter the castle.
Who's Gomez?
Gomez is the most powerful ore baron. He's the boss of the old camp, the most powerful man in the colony.
Let's assume I want to join his people. What do I need to do?
At the gate of the castle, you'll find a man called Thoris. Tell him Diego sent you.
Thanks for your help.
We'll meet in the old camp.
Chapter 1, Welcome to the Colony. Yeah, the system is odd. It's a role-playing game, I suppose, but it reminds me of more of an adventure game system. I mean, you can go to places, you can jump, there's a combat mode. The combat is odd. It's basically you hold down an action button and then by pressing in different directions your guy does strikes. Because we don't have a weapon, it's very limited at the moment. You can block too. All that kind of stuff, but the system is odd. For example, there's a torch on the ground that I'm looking at the moment. You'd think the use button would pick it up, but it does jack shit. That's sort of the actual picking up process isn't all that complicated, but there's a few things sort of that need to click together there, and it's no way obvious. Basically, there's a lot of unnecessary movement or pushing of buttons required to do even the simplest of things. With the picking up, it's the use button. You need to be stopped. You need to press the use button, then you need to press forward to pick it up. Yeah, why not just have it highlighted and press the use button? What else could it possibly do? If there's some positive side to that, it's the internal logic of the control system seems to be fairly solid, so once you sort of get what you need to do with everything, it's sort of the same. It's basically the use button and some other button combination that you need to use to do anything in this game. It's a bit inconvenient, but mean, with the mouse keyboard combination controller, you can at least make it somewhat bearable. It still isn't good, but you can live with it. There is one other thing that I've learned. Yeah, this blue effect. I think it pops up if you go too close to the border of the sphere or the dome. And if you stay there long enough, you'll get zapped to death. So it's sort of a warning that you need to back up now or be prepared to lose your life. It is a system is quite nice otherwise. I mean, you can do a lot of things. So okay, I'm stuck here. It's not a amazing system. It's again a weird system to move around underwater, but you can move around underwater. You're not tied to these rows. You can just go around here, try to jump your way forward. A lot of things you can do that you wouldn't expect. I guess even, well, yeah, you can simply climb. When was the last time you played a modern role-playing game, for example, where you encounter something like this and you can just climb over it, no problem? I'm thinking of mainly games like Mass Effect 2, that sort of stuff, where the area things you can do are really limited as far as movement is concerned. It's odd to play. I'm not sure how old this game is, but from the looks of it, it's pretty goddamn old. And see how vastly superior it is in many sense. Anyway, let's try to talk to these guys.
How's it going?
Good. None of the rogues from the new camp are to be seen anywhere.
What are you doing here?
Making sure no one gets near the exchange place, especially one of those cutthroats from the new camp. You're the new guy they chucked in today, right?
That's me.
Then you'd better watch out for the guys from the new camp. I work for the old camp, same as the others you saw at the exchange place. I assume you've talked to Diego.
Yes, I have.
Good. Then you know what's what around here.
I'm looking for a weapon.
There should be some old weapons by the derelict mine, further down the canyon. But don't go and start a war with nothing but a rusty pickaxe for a weapon. Those things are slow and heavy. An inexperienced fighter should never use one of them, unless it's an emergency.
Yeah. This was part of the cutscene.
I saw a woman being sent down with the goods.
Yeah, the ore barons get everything they want.
Do you mean to say the king exchanges women for ore?
They're convicted criminals too, of course. But if Gomez hadn't asked for them, they'd be sitting in some dungeon or other. I'm not sure what's worse.
Yeah, I actually like that, because it would be very easy for sort of ignore the obvious that prison full of basically a huge camp full of only male prisoners. Females would be quite a wanted commodity here, and I like it that they at least don't entirely ignore that. It's remains to be seen how things play out here, and what kind of a role the possible female prisoners play in this. What's their position here? I doubt they're any kind of a common resource. Probably basically reserved for the leaders of the camp.
Why do I have to watch out for the guys from the new camp?
Compared to the new camp, the old camp's a quiet, peaceful sort of place. The new camp doesn't get any deliveries from the outside world. Most of the rogues there just steal whatever they need.
So main camp is more or less a normal place. New camp seems to be a rogue hive of scum and villainy, and then there's the third camp of I guess you could call it a cult, for lack of a better term. That's what it sounds like, at least.
And the old camp?
The ore barons have everything under control. Next in line to them are the guards, followed by the shadows. The diggers are the lowest. Everyone who arrives here starts out as a digger. If you want to become something better than that, you'll have to get accepted as a shadow first.
When I was washed ashore, one of the guys punched me in the face.
They do that to all the newcomers. They call it standing godfather.
Oh, are all the guys like that in the old camp?
We do have a few suckers, but they won't touch you as long as you pay them protection money. You'd better make sure you reach the old camp in one piece.
Hopefully I do. And that's a good starter objective. It's not quite trivial to reach it. I think we should be fine. An enemy! Meat bug! Or is it a meal bug? I don't know. The way it's going down. Oh my god. Get it! It's getting away! Yeah, and I'm stuck sort of. Fighting in this game is terrible, I have to say. Like, really goddamn awful. Because there is aiming, but the combat system is not in any way convenient. It sort of functions the same way, that you have to in order to for you to do anything at all complicated, you have to sort of stop and then just start smashing. It doesn't show well with just a fist. It's not quite that bad. If you have a weapon, you have more options. It's a bit better than that way, but still, it's basically the same. 10 experience points. And we are level 0. We have 20 experience points. We need 500 to reach level 1. We have 10 strength, 10 dexterity, 5 mana, and 40 life. We have no skill in one-handed sword, two-handed sword, bow, or crossbow. We have no thieves skills, no magic, no sneaking or acrobatic skills. Protection against weapon, arrow, fire, and magic is 0. So that's our wonderful character. Basically, know nothing, and that's about it. And until we get that 500 experience points, we're not gonna do anything. After that, we would have to find a proper trainer and be able to afford that training. Yeah, this is another one of the wonderful control system oddities here. It's really hard to explain. Let me try though. Simple operation. Opening a chest. What you would think, highlight chest, press the use key. It opens it up, you go in the inventory screen. Basically choose with the use key things that you want to move from the inventory on the chest to your own inventory. Escape from it to basically close the chest, leave the chest and stand up. No. First, you press down use key, so you kneel in front of the chest. Then you use another control key to open it. With the items here, you sort of have to press a used key and then direct it to your inventory. It's another combination press. When you leave it, you are standing here, so you have to move again to actually leave it. So This is what the entire control system is. It's way overly complicated what you have to do. Every simple thing is usually it should be a key press. Here it's a huge amount of key presses to do anything. It's a bad control system. It's something you can manage with, but it's not good. Our burst weapon. Fighting works a bit different when you have a weapon. It's at least somewhat better. There's a problem. You have to aim, and the controls aren't very good at while doing that. When I do a strike, I'm, for example, frozen in some direction, and the reach of the weapon is pretty pathetic. Enemies seem to be able to dodge around quite rapidly though, so... Oh no, didn't mean to do that! Yeah. Shit. Purple control system. So yeah. Fuck. Retry. I was basically trying to jump to or climb to a higher level on that hill. It didn't work. I might have mentioned that the control scheme in this game is bad. It is. I'm sure you can get used to it if you play long enough. I have not played long enough. Still, I can't deny the fact that we are sort of doing better. For example, we have a much better grasp at what range you can hit these things. Not doing well still, but it's much more faster this time, and this is just our second time doing this. Not exactly my second time, but I haven't still played that much, so... Guess I should be saving quite often in this game. I really don't know when I'm sticking my nose in places I shouldn't be sticking, so... Okay, at least we have a little bit of something, we have a weapon, so... Let's try not to jump into onto our deaths this time. Take it cool. That's my boy. Okay, what is here exactly? I wonder if we could climb there. What is this? Fortune of pickaxe. I probably run and walk somehow. I can't climb there. Can climb there apparently. Oh, inside the wall. You please jump. Yeah, it's an interesting thing that you can do this sort of crap. Do I get? Ooh, crap. Oh, just taking a weapon in hand costs that. Yeah, I'm inclined to save. What's the point of this place? Is that the fight you want? You got it. He did. Okay, juvenile scavenger. It gave us a healing item. Yeah, that's 2 creatures at the same time. Might be a bit too much for us. What is this place? I don't know. Let's kill these. They're clearly within our capability. And we do need at least 500 points to do anything in this, so... might as well get to killing things. What the hell are you? Holy crap. 60 points. Yeah, not a good fighting weapon. Club. Nothing in the goblin. Okay, I'm saving in because I have no idea. They look like some mole rats. This isn't Fallout though. Are they mole rats? They're definitely sort of more looking. Huh. The teeth look a bit wrong though for mole rats. Other than that, juvenile mole rat. Yeah, they're mole rats. I'm not sure are we doing well or not. I'm fairly pleased how we're doing though. A little bit of raw meat. Restore our 8 points. So maybe we should take a look at that club. It actually looks like quite a decent weapon. At least might be better than this. Some kind of potion. Pickaxe, 7 damage, requires strength of 5. Club, 5 damage, requires strength of 5. No, it is a worse weapon. It might be faster though. I still prefer the pickaxe. Tumbler 4. What is this place anyway? It looks like a collapsed mine or something. Not sure how safe it is to go explore anyway. But that's sort of an enjoyable game you have never played before. Let's try something and see how it goes. I am somewhat curious to see if we can get there on that land bridge section. It looks quite hard though, but it might be worth the effort. Is there an easier way out of here? Okay, this looks somewhat promising, but no, I don't think so. So this was just some kind of bonus place that I might have never have any reason to come to. This time we're about halfway there to getting to our first level up though. So I have to say my impression of the game is quite positive, ignoring the terrible control scheme. But there's quite a lot of things you can do. That is impressive. I have a feeling this will end up in us falling down and dying. But we saved, so who cares? Oh no! I cannot express how odd the control scheme is. Yeah, it's sort of when you hit an edge of some kind, it doesn't really get stuck there. It sort of very rapidly directs you to one side or another, sort of pushes you in that way. So instead of just getting stuck if you run near a wall, you very rapidly turn to one side. So if you try to go against the wall and sort of jump in an effort to grab onto a higher ledge, you can quickly turn and jump into your death. So interesting system, I have to say. If there is some kind of ledge there. Did we come up there? Probably did. We should survive this, so I think we just... Excellent. Okay, another mole rat. There were juvenile mole rats though. That's a sword. Rusty sword. Still, it's better as far as stats are concerned. Let's do this. Now we're poning juvenile mole rats left and right. Must mean we're a mighty warrior. Wonder, can we break through things like this? No, there's nothing to hit there. Maybe with explosives or something like that. Rice schnapps. Okay, rice wine. Naturally, someone would probably want to make booze here. Yeah, doesn't look. Yeah, it's so odd that you when you try to go there and if you immediately can't, you get strongly pushed to one side or another. Okay, now we're on some kind of a mountain edge. Yeah, this is. I have no idea where I'm going. Ooh, map would probably be a great idea here. And again, the game does not have an automatic map. So we conquered some kind of. Ooh, don't go there, you dumbass. Yep. Edge of the map. I think it's exactly that. We might die here, but I'm sort of curious about one place. Yeah, that land bridge there. Oh no 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 no! No! Yeah. Jump. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to go anywhere anyway. That's a lot sort of curious. And that reminds me of more modern sandbox role-playing games. You can do it even if it it doesn't seem like there's any kind of obvious route there. And oh my god, you have to be kidding me! I think we should just go to the old camp as soon as possible. If we get sidetracked too much. Well, I have no idea if there's any harm in that, but I'm basically afraid of that we might not get equipment that is basically necessary to survive here, and information. Usually, certain type of information is only given at the very early parts of the game, and then later it's sort of assumed that you already have it. So it might be better for us in the long term simply to leave the exploration after we visited the old camp. Sort of ask questions there, get our bearings, see what's going on, and then if we feel, then go after other targets while we have a sort of a base of operation. For example, don't know how to heal besides eating those berries, and I don't even know if it's a possibility. There's clearly a magic system in this game, but I have no clue how it works. I'm sort of interested because I'm clearly not doing too well with the melee system. Against these type of creatures, I think we're doing fine. It's giving us a warning. Combat system is sort of it's button mashing won't do. I guess it's sort of timing based. So there's sort of a rhythm to it, and if you mess it up, if you do it perfectly, You can do land hit after hit after hit, and the other guy can't do much, at least at this point. But if you mess it up even a little bit, you're immediately can take hits, and even a juvenile scavenger like that can probably take us down with 5 hits. So there isn't a huge amount of room for you to screw up. Luckily there seems to be these healing berries all over the place, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Let's get a new weapon. It's a little better sword, but it requires strength of 10. That's we have the strength, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, I will save here. I don't want to climb down the hill again. Yeah. Some fights go better than others, but this time at least we didn't take too badly hits either. I think I saw the camp. Yeah. Proper houses and everything. So I'll try to ignore every other side things that might pop our way. Go to the camp. That's good enough for this time. It will probably take some time to talk to people in the camp. I mean, it's time-consuming thing to do, but it is something you have to do. Otherwise, I probably miss out on a lot of basics of the game, and it'll just cause us time and grievance later on. Okay, a couple of hunters.
Keep it to yourself.
That's not really.
Okay, there's wildlife all over the place. Seem to be guards.
Have you got any advice for me?
Yeah, don't go in the forest on your own. Unless you're strong enough to fight off all the beasts. Make sure you get to the old camp. They're holding a pickaxe for you. Let me pass.
Dick. Okay, people are assholes here. But they're convicts, so what the hell what am I expecting? Roaring river. Yep. Get sidetracked now. Yeah, major roads, creatures all over the place. No things to go after, but yeah. Massive tower, probably, yeah, there's an entire castle there, and the old camp.
Where do you think you're going?
To the camp.
You ain't come to make trouble, have you?
We have a few options. Sure, I plan to take on the whole camp. I just want to look around. Diego says I'm to meet him in. I don't think I want to joke around, since I don't have any weapon, armor, or skill, so let's say Diego told us.
Diego says I'm to meet him in the camp.
Okay, in you go then.
Any news?
Nah, everything's the same as ever.
These guys look properly armed. They have a proper armor. Probably have quite a bit of skill over our no skill. Yeah, I don't think I want to hurt those. Even the goblin was a pain in the ass to take down. And it was basically unarmored and had a club. Anyway, seems like we made some decent progress inside the old camp.